Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that success isn't about luck, talent, or even timing? It's about one rule, one unshakable mindset that separates the dreamers from the doers. The world doesn't reward noise, it rewards proof. And if you master this one principle, your success isn't just possible, it's inevitable. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear might just change the way you chase your dreams forever. There's a reason why ambition makes people uncomfortable. It threatens the ordinary. When you dare to want more, you shine a light on the fears of those around you. Society often conditions you to be modest, to settle, to be realism. But realism is a cage built by those too afraid to risk failure. Ambition isn't arrogance, it's hunger. It's the fire that keeps you moving when motivation fades. It's not just about success, it's about growth, expansion, and becoming who you were meant to be. Never apologize for dreaming bigger than your circumstances. You weren't born to blend in. You were born to lead, create, and defy expectations. The world needs people who are unapologetically ambitious. People will often tell you to slow down, to not get ahead of yourself, to stay within the lines. They'll package their fear as concern, wrap it in advice, and offer it to you with a smile. But remember, most people speak from the limits of their own experience. Just because they haven't seen it happen doesn't mean you can't make it happen. You're not obligated to shrink so others feel comfortable. Ambition doesn't ask for permission. It acts, it claims, it demands. If your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. Don't let your vision be edited by those who've never dared to chase one. You owe it to yourself to want more, to fight for more, to be more. Every great achievement began with someone who refused to listen to the doubters. The rule is simple: own your ambition. Own it like it's your identity, because it is. Your desire for more is not something to be ashamed of, it's a compass. It points you toward the work, the grind, the journey that will shape you into someone unstoppable. People may roll their eyes when you speak boldly about your future. Let them. Their doubt is not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to show up for yourself and push forward, no matter how unrealistic your goals may seem to others. The ones who make history are the ones who ignore limits. Don't wait for someone to validate your ambition. The moment you look outside yourself for approval is the moment you hand over your power. You don't need anyone to co-sign your greatness. You don't need permission to want more than what you've been given. You only need belief. Raw, unshakable belief. And belief doesn't mean you never doubt yourself. It means that even when the doubt creeps in, you move anyway. You act. You work. You keep building. The loudest voice in your life should be your own. Rooted in faith, not fear. The world is full of distractions. Choose to focus on your vision. Ambition comes with a cost. You will lose people. You will outgrow environments. You will face isolation. But that discomfort is the price of growth. Nothing extraordinary is ever born from comfort. The more you chase greatness, the more you'll realize how few people are truly ready to rise with you. That's okay. Don't lower your frequency to match someone else's comfort. Keep elevating. Keep rising. Let your ambition become a filter that removes everything that isn't aligned with your future. If you're willing to pay the price, the reward is worth it. Freedom, fulfillment, legacy. But you must choose to want it more than you want to fit in. You can't fake hunger. You either want it or you don't. The ones who truly want it don't need to be reminded to show up. They just do. They don't need a cheering squad. They are their own fuel. Ambition is internal. It lives in the quiet moments, when no one's watching, when there's no applause, no reward, no instant results. It shows up in discipline, in sacrifice, in resilience. If you're waiting to feel ready, you'll be waiting forever. Readiness comes from doing, from acting, from failing and rising and trying again. You don't need a perfect plan. You need obsession. Obsession creates momentum. There will be days when you question everything. Days when the doubt feels louder than the dream. But those are the days that define you. Ambition doesn't promise ease. It promises meaning. It's the reason you keep going when everything tells you to quit. When you're fueled by a purpose bigger than your pain, nothing can stop you. Your job is to protect that purpose at all costs. Feed it with effort. Yes. Feed it with effort. Because effort produces results that matter. And they do matter. And your job is to protect that purpose at all costs. Feed it with effort. And they do matter. Shield it from negativity. Water it with faith. People will say it's impossible until it's done. Let your life be the proof that impossible is just a word used by people who gave up too soon. Ambition changes your standard. You stop chasing average and start demanding excellence from yourself first. It becomes less about competition and more about elevation. You start comparing yourself to your potential, not to others. You stop asking why me and start saying why not me, because you realize that no one else is coming to hand you success. You have to create it. Brick by brick, day by day. It's not glamorous, but it's powerful. Because every action you take in alignment with your ambition becomes a declaration to the universe. I am ready. And when you are ready, the opportunities begin to appear. People will misunderstand you. They'll say you've changed. And you have. Growth demands it. You can't remain who you were and become who you're meant to be. Let them talk. Let them judge. Their opinions do not pay your bills or build your dreams. Your focus should be so intense that you don't even hear the noise. Ambition isn't for the faint of heart. It's for the warriors, the doers, the ones who burn for more. Keep evolving, keep dreaming out loud, let your results silence every doubt. The ones who laugh today may one day quote your journey as inspiration. So if there's one rule you follow, let it be this: never dim your light to make others comfortable. Let your ambition shine so bright that it lights the path for others too afraid to dream. You weren't born to be average. You weren't designed to settle. Success isn't reserved for a chosen few. It's claimed by the relentless. The ones who don't stop. The ones who don't flinch in the face of fear. The ones who dare to want more and are brave enough to pursue it. Make that your rule. Own your ambition. Loudly, proudly, relentlessly. Because once you do, success is not a matter of if, it's inevitable. And then it becomes inevitable. Success isn't built on flashes of brilliance. It's crafted in the quiet, repetitive moments that most people overlook. While talent is a gift, consistency is a decision. The world is full of talented people who never made it, simply because they didn't show up when it counted. Showing up every day, even when it's hard, even when no one's watching, is the ultimate form of self-respect. It's easy to feel motivated on day 1, but what happens on day 30 or 300? That's where greatness is built. It's not about doing extraordinary things once. It's about doing the ordinary with extraordinary discipline. Consistency isn't glamorous, but it's powerful. Over time, it compounds into unstoppable momentum. When you rely on talent alone, you eventually hit a wall. Talent can get you started, but consistency keeps you going. It's the force that turns practice into mastery. Anyone can be good once in a while, but true success demands reliability. Think about it. Who do people trust? Not the most talented, but the most consistent. You build credibility when people can count on you, especially when you don't feel like showing up. That's when the real growth happens. When you push through boredom, fatigue, and self-doubt, something inside you hardens. It's resilience. And that's more valuable than any natural ability. The truth is, success doesn't come in a big, dramatic moment. It comes in 1,000 small decisions. Waking up early, staying focused, saying no to distractions, choosing progress over perfection. These small choices don't feel monumental in the moment, but they stack up. They create discipline. They build habits. They shape identity. Every day you stay consistent, you're casting a vote for the person you want to become. It's not about grand gestures, it's about quiet dedication. The ones who win are the ones who learn to fall in love with the process, not just the results. There will be days when nothing seems to be working, days when the progress is invisible. That's when most people quit. But if you keep going, if you keep showing up, success reveals itself to those who are patient enough to earn it. There's no magic formula, no shortcut, just consistency. It's the bridge between dreams and results. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be present. Every day you choose to keep going, you're separating yourself from the crowd. You're creating a gap that talent alone could never cover. Consistency doesn't just affect your performance, it transforms your mindset. It teaches you to trust yourself. When you make a promise to keep showing up and follow through, you build inner strength. You become someone you can rely on. And that's where true confidence comes from. Not from external praise, but from internal integrity. You don't wait to feel inspired. You create your own momentum through action. You show up even when it's inconvenient, even when it's tough. And in doing so, you learn that you're capable of more than you ever imagined. One of the biggest lies we're told is that success is about motivation. But motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes. Discipline is what remains. The secret is doing it even when you don't feel like it. That's the test most people fail. They wait to feel ready, feel passionate, feel confident. But consistency doesn't rely on feelings. It's a commitment. A contract with yourself. You either honor it or you don't. And every time you do, you become stronger. You build momentum. You create a rhythm that becomes second nature. That's how legacies are built, step by step, day by day. People often overestimate what they can do in a day and underestimate what they can achieve in a year. That's because they forget the power of compounding effort. One workout won't transform your body. One day of writing won't produce a book. But repeated effort, that changes everything. The results aren't immediate, but they are inevitable if you stay consistent. You may not see the outcome today or tomorrow, but one day you'll look back and realize how far you've come. And it won't be luck. It will be proof that showing up works. There's something powerful about becoming a person who simply doesn't quit. Not because it's easy, but because it's a standard you set for yourself. When you commit to consistency, you take control of your narrative. You stop being reactive and start being intentional. You stop waiting for life to happen and begin shaping your future. You learn that every time you follow through, you're sharpening your skills, building your character, and earning your confidence. Success doesn't belong to those who dabble. It belongs to those who endure. And endurance is a product of consistency. Consistency also teaches patience, something our fast-paced world often discourages. We're told that if it doesn't happen fast, it isn't working. But real growth takes time. It's like planting seeds. You don't dig them up every day to check progress. You trust the process. The same applies to your dreams. Show up. Water them. Keep nurturing them. Eventually they bloom. But only if you stay committed long enough to see the harvest. Most people give up right before it gets good. Don't let impatience rob you of what could have been yours. At the end of the day, consistency is the great equalizer. You don't have to be the smartest, the strongest, or the most gifted. You just have to be the one who refuses to quit. The one who keeps showing up. Because in a world full of people looking for shortcuts, consistency is your superpower. It's the quiet engine behind every remarkable success story. And when you master it, success doesn't just become possible, it becomes predictable. Let others chase the high of momentary brilliance. You focus on showing up. Every single day. That's the rule that makes success inevitable. And when you come to the stage, there will be voices in your head that dispossess you, that dispatch you, that dismiss you. Let others chase the high of momentary brilliance. You focus on showing up. Every single day. That's the rule. There is no rule of law. There is only the laws of right and wrong. The loudest people are often the least committed. They talk, they boast, they promise the world, but when it's time to act, they vanish. Real power lies in silence. It lies in the ability to work without applause, to grind when no one is clapping, and to keep pushing forward with your head down and your eyes locked on the goal. Your results will always speak louder than your words. Let others waste time trying to prove themselves to everyone. You focus on proving it to yourself. There's a deep kind of strength in doing the work quietly, letting your progress speak in volumes. You don't need to explain yourself when your success becomes the explanation. Let your journey become the answer to every doubt. People will have opinions, and often they'll doubt what they don't understand. They will project their fears onto your path and call it advice. But their noise is not your truth. You don't need to argue, debate, or defend your vision to people who can't see it. That energy is better spent building. In fact, silence is your shield. When you work in silence, you protect your dreams from unnecessary interference. You don't give people a target to shoot at because you're too focused to care what they think. And when the time comes, your results will silence them all. Because real success doesn't require a microphone. It requires action. The world is full of distractions designed to pull you away from your purpose. Opinions, criticism, comparison. They all try to blur your focus. But your mission is not to convince anyone else of your value. It's to become so consistent in your execution that your work becomes undeniable. It's not about clapping back. It's about moving forward. The ones who are truly dangerous are not the loud ones. They're the ones who stay quiet and let their progress do the talking. They don't need validation because they know exactly what they're building. Every hour of unseen work adds up to results that are impossible to ignore. When you stop needing to be seen, you become unstoppable. You don't waste time looking for approval or chasing praise. You understand that true growth happens in solitude, in the quiet hours, where discipline is forged and resilience is tested. You become your own motivation, your own accountability, your own reason to keep going. While others perform for the crowd, you stay in your lane and build something real. The world may not see you now, but that's okay, because one day they'll ask how you did it, and your answer will be simple. You kept showing up, kept working, and let your success speak for itself. Criticism is inevitable, especially when you're doing something different. People mock what they don't understand and fear what challenges their comfort. But you're not here to be understood. You're here to rise. Silence becomes your armor in a world full of noise. You don't need to prove your worth to anyone who can't see your vision. Let them underestimate you. Let them doubt. Use that as fuel. Not for revenge, but for focus. Every distraction you ignore is one more step closer to the version of yourself you're becoming. You don't need to shout. Just deliver. There is unmatched dignity in restraint, in holding back when you could lash out, in choosing peace over proving a point, in staying quiet not because you have nothing to say, but because you know that success will say it for you. The ones who are really winning aren't arguing, they're mastering their craft, refining their skills, and preparing to shock the world with results, not noise. Let others seek applause, you seek progress. Because in the end, it's not who talked the most that gets remembered. It's who delivered the most. Your silence is power when it's backed by action. In every field, there are two types of people: the ones who talk and the ones who transform. The talkers are busy sharing plans, the transformers are busy executing them. You don't need to make announcements every time you take a step forward. Just keep walking. The world respects consistency over charisma. If you stay locked in long enough, your work will create waves too big to ignore. Let your success make the noise you never had to. When people finally see the results, they won't question how you did it. They'll wonder how they missed it happening right in front of them. The more energy you put into defending your journey, the less you have to actually pursue it. That's the trap. Getting caught up in explanations and arguments and trying to be understood. But your purpose isn't up for public debate. It's yours. So protect it. Guard it with silence. Let your discipline do the talking. Let your results answer the questions you don't feel like responding to. You don't need to clap back when your life becomes the evidence. You're not in this to prove a point. You're in it to live your truth, fully and without compromise. Sometimes the best move is no reaction. Not because you're weak, but because you've mastered your emotions. You know where your energy belongs, and it's not in battles that don't build you. Silence is not emptiness, it's control. It's choosing to be so focused on the goal that you no longer need validation to feel worthy. You're already worthy. You don't chase recognition, because recognition is drawn to excellence. Keep your head down, stay rooted in the work, and trust that when the time is right, the results will speak louder than you ever could. In the end, silence isn't about hiding. It's about protecting what matters. It's the discipline to wait, the strength to endure, the patience to build. While others are busy explaining themselves, you're crafting something that will speak volumes. Something that can't be denied or dismissed. That's the real flex. Not in loud declarations or social performances, but in walking into rooms where your reputation arrives before you do. Let your work become your voice. Let your achievements echo. Let your journey unfold without noise. Because when success finally speaks, it leaves no room for doubt.